Let's do a recap.
Yeah.
We'll do a little deeper one than we did last time because we were trying to get things rolling.
Deep.
That's deep, bro.
So you guys, we'll recap this like the second half of what's done here because you guys started out in Bryn Shander, the biggest town. Went to Targos, caused a mutiny. Went to Bremen, met a awakened plesiosaurus that you killed. All the while, you've been chasing a murderer who is
First
you
talking
guys
animal we ever meet, we just murdered.
Makes
Makes
Could have
sense.
been special. You could have sold it to a circus, but no, you killed it. So you guys, you guys went to Bremen, and then the big threads that are being pulled right now is that there's a killer that you've been tasked with chasing down, and you're 99% sure that it's this caravan. So you've been trying to track the caravan. You met a member of the Arcane Brotherhood named Valyn Harpel, who is kind of looking out for you guys and trying to help a little bit. She's got her own things, but you guys are kind of aligned for now. Um, so you struck out and go into Bremen to chase down the caravan. You circle back through Targos up to Tourmaline. Tourmaline, you rid the gem mine of the Grell and got them back to work. You went up to Lonelywood, where we basically were lately, where because you had heard that there was ice druids about who were trying to convince people to make human sacrifices, and there's a white moose that was wreaking havoc up here, and
Not anymore.
you had heard about the frost druids from the awakened plesiosaurus. So you're trying to track down this killer through the caravan. So you're pretty sure that the caravan went from East Haven to Bryn Shander to Targos, then up to Tourmaline. And now, since it hasn't really been in Lonelywood, it must have probably cut across the
one of the care,
one of the cares
or
over there.
maybe the Dwarven Valley. But we heard something about care, right? Last time, I'm trying to remember what.
Yeah. So
Was that
what
just
you
from
heard?
Go ahead.
Yeah. So what you heard was so you guys went to Lonelywood. You managed to kill the white moose, and then you also found the frost druid who with the sister. So the Avernus was the first one who had kind of swooped through here, trying to convince people to sacrifice people, and then her sister Ravison was basically looking for her sister because she hadn't seen her in a while, and she discovered her sister's dead body. She got killed by Iriskree, who was the tavern owner or a retired assassin, basically, who just went out and killed her. And she was she was delivering a package of a care package to try and appease the frost druid, and she ended up killing her because she's an old lady who had enough. And then Ravison found her sister's body and went crazy, and basically awakened the moose to wreak havoc on all the people while she had a chance to bury her sister. And I'm sure she had some other plans to make people pay for it, but they didn't get to come to fruition. And after you guys killed her, there was an awakened shrub, aka W,
Yes, W.
who was there. So
W.
he
Old
let you
Bush.
guys he let you guys know that Ravison had indeed been using awakened animals to gather Shardlin. So you guys had found Shardlin. You saved you found a piece that had driven the town speaker crazy in Bremen. He'd been in like a coma, and then in Tourmaline with the underground. Was it? I think it was Tourmaline, right? Where you guys there's like the underground inn where you found the young woman, and then she took you to her dad, and Broly rolled a nat 20 on medicine and withdrew the sliver of Shardlin from his chest, and he awoke. So you guys have a couple shards of Shardlin that you know about. In Bremen, you met Cora Mulfoon, whose son found a piece, and it basically drove him, changed him somehow, and then two tieflings with black Shardlin crosses, swords on their chest, came and took him away. Well, led him away, I guess. They didn't really take him. And so you're pretty sure that he is in one of the cares.
One of the cares?
Yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go.
Sure which one?
Castle diving.
Mm-hmm. So you're pretty sure that her son is there somewhere, and then you know from W that the awakened animals that basically Ravison had been awakening animals to get them to collect Shardlin for her. So she was collecting Chardlin, and then you guys know from W that she was taking it that she basically had a shipment set up that was supposed to go to the unseen ones, the gray ones down over east, and then near one of the cares. So W wasn't sure which one, um, but one of the cares off to the no, sorry, he knows it was Care Koenig is where the shipment was set to go. Um, so he knows that the Chardon was going to Care Koenig to the unseen ones to make a delivery there. He's not really sure why. What Ravison didn't really. He had just been awakened kind of with the animals recently just to start gathering Chardlin, but she needed him for help and for his good berries and stuff like that. So she was kind of like his little pet. While the other
Yeah, we don't want to put too much pressure on him. He's just a bush for crying out loud.
just a bush.
He'll be fine.
The little guy.
He's
the
just a
hero.
bush.
He's the real hero of the story.
I'm just a caveman.
What do we know about the path from here to Caracona? Because this Dwarven Valley don't look so traversable to me.
Yeah, so you guys can.
It's fine. It's just a just hop,
jump
skip,
it.
and
You guys
jump.
will know that Kelvin's Cairn is like a big mountain up there, and then the Dwarven Valley is where said dwarves.
Aaron
a
means
couple of
grave. There's something in that mountain.
Ooh.
Cairn really means like a pile of stones.
Yeah.
It means like a tomb.
It's
Could
like
be.
a pile of stones
Yeah.
marking something. Sometimes it's a grave.
Yeah, I think so. That's what I'd heard.
It's just a
Whatever.
marking.
So someone built it then.
Yeah.
Something in it.
In theory, that's what they call it.
Well,
Um,
maybe it's like one of the gods built it. It's just a mountain.
God, you can tell
In Skyrim, there was always something in it.
to be.
Always.
We just gotta split this mountain in half and we'll see what's in it.
You guys unlock dwarven or draconic runes that let you shout real big.
Look,
when you
Ras,
get
is it?
Nice.
Call you Ras.
Yeah. Draz. Brad. I hear the silent D there.
there. Yeah. So you guys would know that there are a couple of different clans of dwarves who set up mining shop in the valley. So they take like you guys headed up to that dwarven valley at the very beginning when those goblins stole the ore. So you got pretty close there. So it's traversable. It's not easy, but it's traversable to get from Tourmaline to Cair Dineval, and a lot of people will run the gauntlet like you're pretty sure that the caravan did it. The traders do it relatively often rather than go all the way south and around.
Dude, I don't even remember killing goblins. That had to be like a year ago.
The first thing? Like the sled?
Is the very one where they
The
were
sled,
pulling
yeah,
bears
that was a
pulling the
long
sled.
time.
Mhm.
They
Polar
would
bear.
some fucking jangles.
You,
Somebody jumped off
you-
a moose, I
You
think.
beast handled the polar bears. The polar bears that were pulling their sled and
That's
made them
what it was,
friendly.
polar bears.
It's ringing
Yeah.
a bell, maybe.
And I don't
Oh,
remember who.
cool.
I think it was Dross. Like jumped off one of the friendly polar bears and jumped to the top of the wagon behind, where the goblin boss was shooting out
Something like that. Somebody
the
jumped
window.
up there.
Huh?
Somebody did cool
Whatever.
stuff.
Somebody
So-
jumped.
You guys are looking for the caravan, which you're pretty sure has headed east there. You're looking for Cora's son, who followed those tieflings. Belin Harpel, who is one of the Arcane Brotherhood wizards that you met before, asked you to keep an eye out for Nas Lantamir, who has something of personal value, an heirloom of sorts that she loaned to Nas. Nas is another Arcane Brotherhood wizard who has gone missing. She hasn't found her.
It's gray ones.
Yep, you guys learned about the Grey Ones, whoever they are.
According
They
to
are
my...
expecting a shipment of Chardlin.
Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go, is just, let's Caracona, great.
Gray ones are
Mhm.
south.
We haven't been over that way yet, anyway. So
What's like under the word 10 towns? Is there something there? Or is it just...
No, not really. It's just open
It's just
tundra.
nothing.
And I misspoke when I said south. I meant east, probably when you were taking
Well,
those notes.
shit.
Yep.
Shit. Fuck your notes.
It's all fucked, Diver.
Yep. Your immersion is broken.
Daibu, we looted a bunch of Chardolin from Ravison, right? I have 5
Correct.
in my inventory. Okay.
Yep.
Draws licks each one. What do they taste like?
They taste
Try.
like black licorice.
ooh,
Ew.
Awesome.
Shoot
too.
them out of a slingshot.
Draws
spicy.
gags. Not his flavor. Not his flavor at all.
good and plenty, man.
Got a good and plenty kind of day.
Oh shit, those are licorice?
Good and
Never
plenty
had
of black licorice. Yeah.
I wanted to, before we left the cave sort of area, I wanted to funeral rites both the
Right, I remember that.
the
Didn't you do that
Ravison
before?
and was it her sister, right, that she was burying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't you already
Did we
do
check
that, or
for
did we
Nest
end
for
on that?
loot too?
What about loot?
We got loot from Ravison. Did Burness have any loot on her?
Nope, I don't think she did.
And then that like bowl or fish bowl or whatever I got, it's worthless, right? Like, should I even bother putting it in
You
my inventory?
you haven't seen anything from the bowl. Doesn't seem to have any special uses that you've detected yet.
Yet.
All right, I'm not even gonna write it
Yet,
down.
dude. Yet though.
Fuck you guys, it's
He
useless.
said yet.
Was it a fish bowl? It's a
It was, what was it? Let's see if I can find it here.
cup.
I got a whalebone mug, didn't I?
Yeah, it was a cup, I think, right?
Whalebone
Cup for sure.
mug.
Fine.
Yeah.
Fish cup.
You found the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
We thought for sure that
I
the
could
winged
probably
fish.
convince Draws it's a holy grail.
That's true.
He assumes it's a holy grail, dude. No convincing needed.
All right. So unless you guys want to do anything else here, I assume we'll probably head back to Lonely Wood. Start
Do we
wrapping
debrief
up
with Mummy
there.
Boy at all? Is it worth
Not
talking
yet.
to him?
Yeah, you guys are welcome to.
To brief.
He makes it clear that he can't leave. He can't or doesn't want to. You're not sure which. That he can't or doesn't want to leave this place.
I'd like to ask him if he has any gifts for us that will help us on our quest to similarly restore and protect temples like this one.
Says, I don't know that I do, but I would hope that the treasures I allowed you to take from the tomb to the south might suffice as thank you for your efforts here.
All right.
It'll suffice.
What have you done for me lately? Alright. W is coming with, like, under his own free will? Or is he scared shitless?
He's pretty scared, but
It's good enough for me.
I think you guys kind of talked to him last time, and he was willing to. He wasn't really willingly, or he doesn't seem like malevolent. It's not like he was awakened. He has free will, but he was basically following Ravison more out of fear than anything else. It seems like it's the impression you get.
Keep gaslighting him.
Oh no, yeah, Ravison will be right back, man. That's cool.
She's just
She'll be
sleeping.
back soon. Yeah, she's just sleeping.
No, we just tell him he's better off with us.
Mhm.
The broader world is much scarier than what we are.
Who would have thought I'd spend the rest of this campaign gaslighting a bush?
I will
Gaslighting a
devote
flammable bush.
effort every session to it.
He is a little afraid of the fire wielding druid, considering
Yep.
he's made of wood.
Yep.
I tell the shrub, I'm trustly. Trust me. I'm trusty.
That's
And then he
the
says,
wonderful Ben Whiteism.
Hi, Trustly.
Alright, so you guys do you take anything with you? Have you got your loot from the thing? Anything else you want to do?
We
As you head back
rested,
to
I think,
Lonelywood?
right?
Yeah, you can at least rest here. There's
I think
the
we did a long
moose.
rest.
The moose carcass is still there at the temple, but Sonar makes it clear that he's planning on clearing out the dead bodies and restoring the sanctity of the tomb.
That's his job.
Have at it, man, you fucking weirdo.
He gives you a really weird bow. It's like backwards. He faces away from you and shows you his butt. He bows at you and go away.
Mummy Moon.
Friggin' undead,
Yeah,
man.
exactly.
Alright, let's do it.
I try to
Toasted
mimic
moon
the
behind
same
him.
bow in return.
Roll a dexterity check.
Oh boy. I don't think I'm very dexterous.
Oh, that attitude.
Hey.
Oh yeah, you're good. You do it pretty smoothly. Your tail helps you keep balance.
Or is it? I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
I'm
same
good.
thing.
Same. Yeah.
Same.
I balance with my tail. Smart move.
So we can do a quick recap of Lonelywood since it's been a while since we've been back here. It's like the forest town. Um, there's a lot of scrimshanders here. Um, most people get their living. Half of them get their living by fishing. The other half are lumberjacks, basically. Um, Lonelywood has always been a bit shady because of the thick forest that people like. Basically, the vibe you get is that with the thick forest that basically is all around the town, that there's lots of room for shady dealings and off the record stuff that happens in the forest. So it seems to attract some shady people in general. But it's not like an unsafe place. People aren't. It's not like lawless or anything like that. But it's just basically just based on like the realities of survival out here is that everybody has to work together and trust each other. But it's got that reputation in the 10 towns as a bit shady.
No narcs.
No
Hell yeah.
narcs. So you guys know the Happy Scrimshander is a shop. That's where Earscrew was. The older lady, the retired assassin who killed Vernus. There's the Lucky Liar, which is the tavern. And then there's the speaker's house. Nimsy Huddle is the halfling speaker, who's there. And that's really about it. There's the Ramshackle is like the retired inn that has been closed down.
Were we wanting to come back here, or you guys just want to go straight for the cares?
Yeah, either way.
I mean, I think it makes sense just to kind of.
Do we have any? I don't think we have any like loops to close here. Unless we're hoping for like a monetary reward, which I don't know. I don't really care about. I don't know. I vote just go to the cares. I don't feel like I have anything to do.
I'm
here.
good. We can just
Yeah, I'm good with cares.
move along. Move along.
So I assume if that's the case, then you guys rested in this cavern, basically.
Yeah.
Does that sound
Oh
fair?
yeah,
You said there was one
so rested.
dirty mat, and we all shared it.
Yeah.
Oh, trying to climb inside that fishbowl.
Actually, a plank of plywood.
Hi.
You guys are covered in who knows what, but
We stay in the night in Lonelywood, right?
yeah.
Before we go.
So I think that they were saying you guys are gonna sleep in this in the cave.
We slept in the temple, and we're just
We rested in the temple last time.
Right.
So I think I'm back up to
It
looks like I did it
all your
last
hit
time.
points and stuff like that, and so at night, Ras has requested to do some, to pull me aside, so we're gonna go into the second channel here.
Ooh, step into the.
What's up, Daivu?
Up, blah blah blah. Watermelon.
When I want to marry two of the guys overnight, but it takes an hour to do, and I want them to have to roll to see if they wake up.
It's feeling different.
Yeah, but I mean, they do like actually garner like a bonus if I can pull it off. So we'll just pretend like for me this is normal. I marry people in the middle of the night without their consent.
It's an honor. You are expecting them to be happy that this happened, and that and maybe it's like customary that people don't ask to be married; they are just married, and then they're secretly happy about it in your culture.
Yeah, I'll say I thought I sensed something between these two.
Do you want me to roll for who it is, or do you want to pick?
You can pick. I really don't care because it's gonna be funny no matter what. I don't think that there's a particular pairing that stands out for me.
Yeah. Or let's see. So it wouldn't be you and somebody else,
right?
Right.
Because I'm performing the marriage.
Let's have it be Silnan and Ando. They'll be the two that are married.
So
is there,
okay, the spell does say willing to be bonded together in marriage, but I mean,
so
this is just a goof, really. I mean, if you want to just like have it be a 1 AC bonus or something because they're not willing, I don't really care, but I thought this would be fun.
So what is the bonus that they get?
You
It's the
touch.
ceremony, right?
Yeah, it's
Which
at the bottom
adult
there.
humanoids are going to be bonded together in marriage for the next 7 days. Each target gains +2 AC bonus while they're within 30 feet of each other. Okay, so yeah, so if they're, let's see, how can we play this out?
I
So
think it'd be funny if if they don't notice this is happening and they just have like a bonus the next couple of sessions and they don't realize why they're getting this bonus.
I think what it would probably do is like they feel like an affinity towards each other. Like I'll
Mhm.
probably say like
Cupid's
Sylvan,
slinging his
roll
arrow.
roll a perception check. You notice something special about Ando that you didn't really notice before, and you feel like a strange kinship towards him that you swear wasn't there
Yeah.
before.
Yeah.
And Ando notices that I don't know. That they have like a weird kinship towards each other that they didn't really feel before. And then I'll like ask them how they feel about it, and if they say something to each other, then or that if like the remark on it aloud, then you can like come right out and say, oh well, yeah, I married you guys, or something like that. And,
Do you want them to roll to see if they wake up for this, or do you want this to just
good
happen?
point. Yeah, let's see.
Because I mean, it could be a funny, like, awkward situation if they
right?
wake up. Right, I do
That's
have
a
to
good
touch
point.
them.
Yeah.
It could be a
Yeah,
funny,
so
awkward
let's
situation where
roll.
we have to like explain what's happening, but it's funny either way. But
Yeah,
those are
for
our
sure.
options.
Yeah, so I think it's good. We'll have them roll for the middle of the night to see if one or both of them wakes, and then see what they want to do. And when they wake, if one of them wakes, then it's just like you kneeling with your eyes closed, touching their foreheads or something like that.
We'll like put their hands together. Like
I'll let you describe it if one of
Yeah.
them wakes up. But
Okay.
yeah, so if they wake up, then we'll do that. And if they don't wake up, then I'll just describe how they feel when they wake up, and then see where it goes. And if they say it's weird and remark on it, then you can just say like, "Oh yeah, like I married you guys." And then we'll
Didn't
see
you
where it
two
goes
want to
from
get
there.
married?
Yeah, I thought that was unspoken. Like
Mhm.
you had such a connection.
So
Okay.
I'll mute myself, but I want to be, because I'm recording also. I want to be in
Okay.
here when they have to roll and stuff. So I'll mute. Just
Okay,
hop out
sounds
and
good.
have them hop in here with us.
Okay. I think that you can only have 2 people in here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just all go back to Mumble, and you can
Yeah.
just roll with
Yeah. we'll
with
just
Simon
roll with
also.
it.
Or wait, who are we doing this for again?
Simon and Andy.
Okay,
Mhm.
okay. Yeah, let's hop back over there then.
For the the rest of the guys. It was rough.
All right. So in the middle of the night, Silnan.
I knew he would turn on us. I stab draws.
Silnan and Andor, give me a perception check.
You're doing
Perception check.
But your character's name is Andor.
Yeah.
God damn it, Andy.
Okay.
pretty perceptive.
Perception.
I think.
What about me?
Nope. Never see. Oh boy.
Very perceptive.
Very perceptive.
Let's see. So I say that they both wake up.
That's fine.
Yeah. Okay. So
don't
early
like
it's snoozing away, and Silnan and Andor both wake up to find Dross kneeling between the two of them, and he's got 2 fingers from each hand on each of your guys' foreheads, and his eyes are closed, and he looks like he's very, very focused. What do you guys do?
Immediately,
Well,
like,
do you
get
still
him
have?
to his throat and try to like get him out of his trance. That's what I do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go.
I whisper.
Hey, what
I
the
whisper
fuck,
to
man?
him. I whisper to him with the power that I have, that
Uh-huh.
I'm like his god,
Uh-huh.
and I say, "What the hell are you doing?"
So they're awake now. Dross, what happens?
I hear that in my head.
Uh-huh.
I think it's Garrick's, right?
Right.
I go, by Garrick's, I must marry these two. They love each other. I know
No.
at Garrick's.
Okay, so So I tell the whisper voice, I'm like, no. They're
I
not
what?
good.
But I saw the
No,
way you looked at
no,
him.
no. It's okay. It's all good. Let's put the
I
hands away. Let's try to
Are
apologize
you
and let's put
sure?
them to sleep.
And I'm
Yeah,
like, yeah,
I'm
wait,
pretty
are you
sure.
sure?
Andor, what about you?
Like, I don't know. I kind of felt it, man.
If you wanna,
But whatever. That's cool.
gay
We can move on.
characters, that's good.
Yeah,
I ain't
that's
gonna be
fine.
in a cave, stuck in a cave with no fags.
Can RP that way too.
I guess I've never really
Yeah.
written in his preference, but Mercedes Sillon's solely focused on revenge and not
Doesn't have
being
time for
distracted by
love.
any
No time for
love
love, Dr.
of any
Jones.
kind.
Well, there are benefits, you know.
Do we get to
Frost says to you guys.
What?
Go keep your booty warm.
Yeah, you know, people don't just get married for no reason. There's benefits, dude.
I'm
There's no
sitting
tax
there
benefits.
just trying to convince myself that this is a dream, and so I'm smacking myself in the face a little bit to try to wake up.
I'm continuing to whisper to Dross. I'm not. I command you enough.
And
Listen, this is how we do it in the House of Garrix. You guys are the weird ones.
I will say this: after all that time of you guys in there discussing this, I did not expect
Yeah,
this to be the end result of that.
Yeah. What the hell?
Because here's the thing:
I wish you had. You should
had
not
we
have
not
woken up.
if we didn't wake up, would we wake up married?
What would have happened? Yeah.
Well,
In
we wake up
Garrick's
married,
eyes, in the eyes of
according
Garrick's.
to you.
Yeah, in the eyes of Garrick's, you guys would be married,
Wow.
and you would have some nice benefits.
Oh, what the hell?
And maybe you guys notice each other how special the other guy is. You see his
Yeah.
true heart.
Well, maybe this will ignite something in both of you.
I have a feeling this is going to come up again later.
See,
Yeah, I'm feeling too.
see, Garrick's
Garrick's
knows the way.
You're just testing the
As I'm
waters
looking-
right now.
This has
at-
all been a big
I'm
misunderstanding.
looking at Silman's characteristics. Nothing is about marriage or partnership.
You have time for
Nothing
that.
yet.
Literally nothing.
Nothing yet.
Didn't you describe your
Nothing
character as
yet.
being very twinkish, Simon?
I mean, you're using
always
that's your words.
Yeah.
He physically yes, but I think he thinks of himself more as a bear.
No, he's a salmon. You know, that like soft, smooth,
Yeah.
pink
Yeah.
flesh,
Yep, that's it.
very slippery and flippy floppy.
I'm very
Ooh,
apologetic
that's
to these two, and then I kind of slink off, and under my breath I go, "We'll get him next time, Garrix."
You're lithe and lubricated.
I'm definitely going to be upset later when I roll like shit because
You
I
need
just
that
wasted a
AC
really
bonus.
good roll. I'm trying not to get married in the middle of the night.
Biggest mistake of your life.
Yeah. Big mistake. Huge.
You could have had it all. You could have had this.
I will
assume-
say my curiosity is getting the better of me in terms of
Yeah, now I'm like,
wanting to know what the benefits would have been. But
yeah, now how
do
do I
you see
reconcile
ceremonies?
this and say,
I think
you
we've
know what?
already-
He has a
You know
marriage
what?
ceremony spell that like
Mhm.
gives you crazy bonuses to help each
Oh,
other.
what the fuck?
is this the ceremony one here?
Yeah,
you
it's at the bottom.
You touch adult humanoids willing to be bonded together in marriage. We have to be willing though. The next
Right,
7
we
days,
debated.
each
That's what we were
target gains
discussing.
a 2 bonus to AC when they were within 30 feet of each other.
God.
It's like
If
really
I
powerful.
die, if I get hit because of 2 AC, Simon, it's gonna be your fault.
You guys
I was willing to
both
talk it
woke
out.
up. It's both your faults.
I was willing
Yeah,
to talk
really,
it
it's
out.
my fault.
We had to be willing. We had to wake up,
No, I
otherwise
know
it
that
wouldn't work.
we were thinking about
Yeah.
not doing a +2, probably just a +1 since you're not willing.
Oh,
Yeah,
like if they stayed asleep, were they just gonna get the benefits without realizing it?
Yeah, it was gonna be like we were gonna play matchmaker.
I would have basically tried to feel it out a little bit and been like, you guys noticed how, like Andor notices how Silnan like seems pretty well built. Like he's a pretty attractive
Yeah.
guy.
And when he's gonna flip over the top of me, I was like, wow, he's been doing a lot of
Turning into
squats.
gay erotica. way
Has
too
there
fast,
is.
guys.
Yeah,
Seriously.
this
Let's
is
just
taking
get
a
on
We
with
need
it.
to This campaign is going to finish with us inside the cave at Caer
One
Konig.
way or another. You guys are gonna have to keep yourselves warm.
This campaign's gonna finish me
Dual
before I
wield
finish
me,
the
baby.
campaign.
This whole time, by the way,
No.
Broly's awake and just like unblinking, staring away from what, just listening to what's happening, and refusing to look.
A lot of wrestling back there.
Oh my god!
Most of the communication's been telepathic, so you haven't really heard a lot of people say anything. Just a lot of wrestling. It's a lot of horseplay.
Wrestling.
Big misunderstanding.
Well, I was going to say, which might cause more misunderstandings.
So, in the end
Okay,
of all this,
I envision a massive battle, and then at some point when we're all on death's door, looking at Ando and going, "I never noticed." And we'll have marry us in that moment, and then we'll be good. That's what we'll do.
Mhm.
Man.
An emergency wedding.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, the Chardolin was inside us the whole time.
That's ridiculous.
all right.
Says,
At the
no,
end of
that's
all
just
this,
my dick.
Dross
No,
looks
no,
a
no,
little,
no, no.
little taken aback and defeated. See, kind of. How do you want to play it, Ras? Do you want to?
I'm just so misunderstood, you know. I'm so tired of being misunderstood.
Yeah.
These guys
It's
don't
hard
get me.
adjusting to other people's cultures.
Yeah. It's hard to impose my culture on everybody, but I'll get through to them.
You'll push through.
One way or another. They'll be looking for spider webs
Yeah.
too.
Mhm.
All right, so everybody kind of settles back in, although a little bit less restful for the rest of the night. You guys wake up in the cave and set out on your journey.
Super fucking awkward now. We don't talk like halfway there.
Every
Yeah,
time
yeah.
Sylvan and Andor look at each other, they catch each other's eyes and have to like dart away. No.
Oh, so good. I love it.
That's fun.
So are we
you guys-
going directly like east straight over the valley, or are we going like this southern end, or are we going the northern end? Like, what's our path
Yeah,
actually
I
look
guess-
like?
We don't
Out
have
of the
follow
cairn,
this
you
red
can kind of
path,
route that
right?
way.
We can just go straight across.
I can't tell.
Because we would have to, like... If we went straight east, we'd have to either go up north
You either gotta
above
go
the
north
valley
or south,
or go
valley,
south around the valley.
I bet there's only a couple of Yetis up there. Let's go that way.
Sound good to everybody?
Yeah, we have a
Northern
a shortage of toes right now.
Need some more Yeti toes.
Yeah. I mean, I think we could, like, head southeast and kind of go down and loop around the Dwarven Valley to the south. And then go to, like, Caer Dineval and go north from there.
Could.
I'd say we start with the deeper care. Like, if you take the road, you get to Dineval first. Let's go straight to Koenig.
Go up and around.
Yeah, Dineval's a fucking.
You guys
It's a
Taking
it's a
the-
honeypot.
We can go like this.
Yeah,
Whoa.
taking the northern route.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's check out that cairn. It's probably a door or like a cave.
Cool. Let's
Goes into it.
Probably a dragon roost.
Fuck
that
yeah, it
seems
is.
decent enough.
Let's wipe this campaign before we really even
Mhm.
started.
You guys did see that big ass frost dragon off, a white dragon off in the distance.
Yes, we
Early
did.
on.
I think we're like
Yeah,
here when
he's just-
that happened.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Or were we going from Brinchander to Targos? I don't remember.
Mhm. Yeah, I think it was Bryn Shander to Targos pretty early on. Or maybe Targos to Bremen, I just can't remember. Yeah, I think it was Bryn. I think it was pretty
It
early
was
on.
somewhere. It was somewhere south of the mayor.
Alright, so you guys get packed up. I assume you kind of swing back past Term Lane because it's pretty much on the way and get outfitted for the journey across.
Yeah, I think so.
I say just us bachelors, right, guys? They don't get me.
Well, I
No.
still have this scroll of sending, but I forgot what it does.
Send
the
it.
scroll of sending is what Valin Harpel gave you guys, basically in case you found Nas Lantomir. She said, "Hey,
I'm
I'm
back.
giving you this as like a token of goodwill. This scroll of sending, so that if you find her, you can get a hold. You can basically get a hold of me wherever in the world I am."
That's right.
And
That's what it was. Cool.
so you guys swing down through Tourmaline and head over. You know it's a bit of a hike, but you've gone from Targos to Tourmaline, and it's not too much further than that. You take the northern route over north of the valley to swing through instead of trying to work your way across somehow, climbing down, then back up. So you head out. It's a pretty long journey. It'll take you most of the day, if not the full day, to make it. And as you
Want to know if we see anything interesting about the cairn as we pass
mhm.
Yeah,
adjacent to
I'm
it.
curious about that too.
Yeah. Let's see here. See if I can find
Like
something.
any entrances, any signs of life,
I put my
any interesting
hands up to my
structures.
eyes like binoculars.
Guys, you know that the cairn is a really big, steep mountain. Everybody says steer clear because there's Yeti that are known to. I guess nest isn't really the right word, but shack up in caves on
Shack.
the cairn. You know how they do.
That is
Yetis
Yep.
nest.
that's the
Google.
scientific word for it.
Right.
Yeah. Um, but it's basically just a large mountain. I'll see if I can find a picture of it. But yeah, nothing super special. There's some paths. There's kind of known paths to get up if you want to get up, but there's not really a whole lot of reason to go up there other than basically adventuring. Maybe there's some mining to be done up there. People say that the dwarves have carved out some caverns themselves and done some digging to go find ore in the middle of the cairn, but nobody really knows for sure because they keep their methods and their locations of their mines and stuff relatively secret. But that's kind of the rumor. At the base of the cairn, as you guys are going past, it's starting to get. Remember, it's pretty much dark all the time, but you see the twinkling lights of a settlement off in the distance as you kind of approach the cairn at the foot of it. Um, but you see them from a distance enough that if you wanted to avoid it, you could. But if you wanted to go check it out, you could
It's just
approach
a
as well.
glimmer, or what do we see?
So you see like the twinkling of fires from what looks like a decent sized settlement. Not like a settlement, but like a camp, basically.
It'd be at like the base of the cairn.
Yeah.
Is it currently night? Like night when people would be asleep? I know it's dark all the time. You
Yeah,
said, but
it's dark all the time, but I assume you guys would have set out pretty rested the night and then made your way to Tourmaline and then set out pretty early from Tourmaline, but it's a long trip. So I'd say we're probably late afternoon by the time you get to the cairn. Or maybe we'll say early afternoon. So it's the lightest it's going to get, but at best it's dim. So fires are certainly welcome with the cold, but you can see them from pretty far away. So it's dim light because it's like dim light between 10 and 2. So you guys can see pretty far off, but it's as bright as it normally gets, but definitely daytime.
what do you guys
I mean,
think?
I say we.
Settlement or skip?
I don't know. I mean, might as well just check it out.
Could have
Passing
some
through.
good intel, but it
Yeah,
also could just spawn side quests.
we got plenty of those.
Yeah. Well, not too bad anymore. Pretty focused.
That's true.
Snipped a lot of threads.
They might be on their way
Simon
to
or Ass,
California.
any opinion?
Yeah, I think we should
No.
marry you and Simon instead.
Marry me to the bush.
Much
Yeah.
better. I forgot about the bush.
The bush, and the fire.
I'm like 65 years
Get
old,
married.
man.
Bush definitely been too afraid to say no.
I'm old. I'm an old man.
You're old school.
One shriveled up bush for another.
Hmm.
I'm down to say hey.
Yeah, stop and check it out.
Gotcha.
Ras,
That's
the
it.
player, can have an opinion too.
Yeah. So as you guys approach, you see it's you guys know the Reghead nomads.
Yep.
You met fuck, what was her name?
Fucking ragheads.
Jesus.
Whoa.
That's what they can say that. You can't say that.
Yeah, you can't say that.
They're called
It's
reghead.
their word.
Come on.
My God.
Well,
It's even spelled reghead.
you said it again.
Stop saying it like that. Why do you keep saying it?
Think it like that.
The hard
Like, you know what? I don't want to get married
It's a
anymore.
hard R.
Hard eight.
Yeah, I don't blame you, and I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to play matchmaker that way. I didn't know. I ignored all the signs.
Dang. Oh man. Anyway, so who's at this camp? Even though fucking what's his name? Broly's just gonna sit in the back because he wanted to get too close to him in case he gets the sickness.
You guys don't want to hear what I have to say. I'm an old man. I'm very biased in my ways. You can't change.
It's a fancy way of saying racist.
Yep.
Yeah, but it's very fancy.
Basically a boomer.
You guys,
This week, the gang tries to educate.
Oh my God! Look at them
On
all.
the nuance of culture.
Look at this.
So we need
oh,
to not
shit.
piss these people off.
We already have.
Yeah. And we can
not
take 'em.
Sure, I know how to get you guys to not be this big.
Oh
So I'll
man,
need to
we
mess
are
with that
huge.
That's okay.
Way
We need to
bigger
be
than-
intimidating.
Seems about right, doesn't it?
Is this a night in the museum sort of scenario where they're all just like
You
2
might have to
inches
change.
tall and we're giant?
If you can't,
They're smaller. Yeah,
if you can't expand and contract them from this size,
oh, there we go. Nice. Okay. There we go. Now we're talking.
Okay.
Do you think
alright.
you should just brute force it? Okay, so I'll make you shrink you guys down. You guys feel really small all of a sudden.
It's sort of an Indian in the cupboard type of situation.
All right.
We walk in the door and we announce ourselves like we're here to rape all your women and steal all your stuff.
this is a pillaging. Please come out.
Order.
Why not?
Do we have a sled? Because if we could bargain for one of those, that'd be pretty sick.
You don't
Are
have
we
a
like
sled.
pulling all of our shit?
I think you maybe borrowed one to go out for your goblin adventures, but you guys have been hoofing it from then on, basically.
I mean, we have a bush that can pull a sled for us now.
Dang, dude.
Or do we just hang all of our shit off the bush like a fucking Christmas tree?
Yep.
So
Yep.
he's just carrying all of our junk.
Coat rack.
Dude, this is too much stuff.
Yeah.
So you guys approach from the west, and as you would expect, the reghead nomads have guards posted out front that come and meet you. They kind of melt out of the snow like the ale in Wheel of Time. You guys didn't see them until they were basically right in front of you, but they pop up and they say, "Who goes there?"
Well,
who goes
obviously it is I, Draws Mulciber, obviously.
Roll a perception check for me, Ras. Okay, so you notice that these, if you guys remember from when you met Yrsa Trollbane, she told you a little bit about the different tribes that there are. There's the elk tribe, tiger tribe,
Yes.
the bear tribe, and the wolf tribe, and how basically most of them are really down on their luck. Some of them have gone completely crazy, and have gone off and they're corrupted by the Chardalin that they found. But these, you can tell that these are elk tribe, which are by far the most friendly and welcoming.
That's what Yrsa
of
was,
the
right?
Tribe. Right. Yep. So she's the same. She was also elk.
We say we're friends of Yrsa Trollbane.
Trollbane, eh? Yeah, we haven't seen Yrsa lately. She left us a few moons back to travel and go find word of what what's going on out there in the world. I'm glad to hear that she's still well.
Yeah, she helped us out fighting some cats.
Crag cats. Ah,
Didn't
yeah.
she go crazy?
Did she?
No.
They say, did she?
Didn't
We hope
she?
not.
I look around. I'm so good. Didn't she go? Didn't she go crazy?
She was known for her wild ways. She certainly had a bit of uh, a rebellious streak in her, so it wouldn't surprise us too much.
Well, so you see this play? Sorry.
Good. They say, well, we elk certainly aren't ones to turn away travelers. You're welcome to share some time around the fire if you'd like to stop for a while.
That'd be
Yeah,
nice.
we're just passing through.
Yeah, thanks.
So they welcome you into basically into the chief's circle, um,
Dang.
and Yarund Elkhart walks out from his chief's tent. So he's pretty ancient for Reghead. You guys know that Reghead nomads don't necessarily live the longest lives. They kind of burn bright, but life is pretty hard out here. But he appears to be. You put him at about 50 years old, which is pretty ancient by tribal standards. Um, but and then you know that every tribe has a shaman basically, and this one is joining him. You basically approach, and they're kind of speaking to each other by the fire. So move you guys over. W kind of stays back away from the fire. He's not too fond of it.
I make it a point to sit as far away from Selden as possible. When I
Their
introduce
hands
myself,
accidentally touch.
just so you know, I'm not with him.
Sylvan's here.
I don't look at Andor at all.
Although I do notice that the fire is not quite as warm anymore since I'm sitting so far away.
I'm so lonely. I'm still lonely.
So Yarund and his shaman are speaking, and they see you approach, and they kind of cut off their conversation. They say, "Welcome. We elk are certainly welcoming to travelers, more so than our brethren. But come, share our food if you and drink if you wish, and warm by our fire. Um, would you mind sharing any word that you bring from the towns? Any news to share?
You can give us some of that hot goss.
What's been going on out there?
You guys ever hear that crazy bitch Ravison? She's a fucking.
She
But
gone.
anyway, she's dead.
Ah, we started to
There's
hear
White
rumors
moose
of
terrorizing people.
some. Oh boy. Oh, Chiabity Willikers. So he says, I see, yes, that we certainly heard that things have gotten pretty hectic out there. We meet with travelers as they come through. They're welcome to share our fires, and so they keep us relatively well informed, but it certainly sounds like things are deteriorating right there. In fact, we just hosted a group of traveling traders who came from Caer Konig 2 nights ago. They say theft is rampant there. Some have even ranted that they're seeing footprints from unseen walkers.
Unseen walk.
Definitely best to keep your wits
Very good
about
at being unseen if their footprints are all over.
Unwitnessed.
Yeah, unseen. They see lots of footprints, but they can't seem to pair them. But they say that there's footprints all over the place. When they try and solve these thefts, they can't seem to find the culprits. But they see
Interesting.
plenty of evidence of them moving about, but nothing to tie them to the crime, basically. So anyway, if talking rampaging moose and frost druids, it seems like things certainly have gotten worse as of late. This cursed, unending winter really must be driving people mad. And the shaman butts in and says, "See, I told you, Yarund. The only way to get rid of this curse is to slay the Frostmaiden herself." And then Yarun basically says, "Look, she's been here for as long as the tribes have roamed this land, but she hasn't bothered us. What makes you think she'd change her ways now?"
I say, you talking about Ariel?
And then the shaman says, "Yes. Um, we've got she's our legends that have been passed down tell that she's been here far, far longer than we have. She calls this land home, but she's never bothered us or the people of Ten Towns in the past. Um, something must have changed." And Yarun says, "Mjolnir, which is the shaman's name. What do you know? What do you think?" And then Mjolnir says, "Yes, something must have upset the balance of nature to cause this, and I'm certain that Oriel is at the heart of it." And then Yarun says, "You think that those wizards have something to do with it?" And he says, and Mjolnir says, "Yes, I do. The timing is certainly suspicious. I told you that knowledge was not to be shared lightly." And then Yarun says, "They saved us from that tiger tribe attack. You know we owed them a life debt. We were bound to give them something in return to answer their questions." And Mjolnir says, "Well, meddling wizards are always poking their noses where they don't belong. Stupid arcane brotherhood."
Ooh.
Um,
The Arc Bros.
The Arc Bros.
Interesting.
And Mjolnir says, "Yeah, you really shouldn't have shared our tribal knowledge with them, especially a wizard. You know they always get themselves into trouble."
I may have missed it. Do we know what wizard they're talking about?
Some Arcane Brotherhood, but we don't know which one specifically.
We don't know who.
What characters do we know that are part of the Arcane Brotherhood?
Well, we
Valin
know
Harpel and
who's the one we were just talking about?
You know Nas Lantamir, but
Nas
you haven't met
Lantamir.
her.
That was the one.
The only one you've
Yeah.
met is Valin Harpel.
do you
So
want to ask
far.
them what this wizard looked like?
You can't. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
this
we'll
wizard
Yeah, you
look
just.
like?
say, yeah, it was two of them. There was a red one, and then one who wore darkish robes, but he certainly his pompous attitude was more memorable than anything he wore.
This is me being a boomer again, but is Nas a boy or a girl name?
A girl. This was two men.
Oh, we also met that fucking Kobold Arcane Brotherhood guy.
Oh right, yeah, I forgot about him. Janth. Janth was yeah, he was like a mousy, bespectacled, plant-loving kind of guy.
Trex.
Kind of guy.
Shrub loving kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
Shrub love. Hey, shrubs need love
Good
too.
love.
Shrubs need love too. Shrub have feelings.
No discrimination here, squirrel.
Cruising shrubbies.
Cruising shrub.
Shrubbies. This looks like
Good
Simon
Lord.
Take out the trash. But yeah, he describes them. He says they didn't really share their names with us, but one wore red robes. It seemed he was the one who was most interested. The pompous one always seemed like he thought he knew everything, but both of them were pretty surprised. Seemed very hungry for the knowledge we shared. They came asking and poking and prodding for our knowledge of the history of this land. Normally we keep that kind of thing to ourselves.
I say, I've allowed you to share this information with me. Now return the favor and give me some other information. Where is Aril's home? Do we already know that?
Roll a perception for me. So you, Ras, have a guess. You would have a guess based on your dreams. Remember the dreams you had where you woke up on surrounded by ice.
Yeah.
Roll a persuasion for me.
Ooh, I've got that Riz, dog. I got the Riz.
So you're surprisingly persuasive, and
For a dumb
Jeroen
dragon.
Jeroen like gives Mjolnir a look, and Mjolnir shakes his head as if to say, "No, don't do it again," basically. But Jeroen basically does it anyway, and he basically says, "We told them we've passed down that there is um, that there's our ancestors tell of some great treasures that are buried beneath the glacier far to the east." Um, and they tell us that the key to opening the path to the treasure is an arcane, a powerful book
Mm.
uh, that legend says Oriel holds on her island fortress. And the wizards certainly perked up when they heard that. They whispered to themselves and basically hurried away. They poked and prodded for more information, but that's all I'd give them. But they basically hurried away to their borrowed tent to talk more. But
And why haven't you gone and taken this book from Ariel?
Mjolnir says, "See, I knew my line of thinking was the best one. Um, we must strike now while we have time. Um, those wizards must have done something to provoke her wrath. We know that Oriel wasn't didn't bother us before, but the timing is suspicious. Those wizards must have done something to bring this down upon us with the knowledge we gave them."
Bastards.
And then Jeroen says, "What, you think that our tribe has the strength to take down a god? You wish certain death upon us? I mean, you as a shaman know that God's better than I do, but do you honestly believe that we can slay a god? And not to mention to cross the sea of moving ice and march into her home? Who knows what traps and magic she has set up over the centuries there?" And then Mjolnir says, "I have a theory. Uh, she must be casting some kind of spell to keep the sun away to get this to cause this unending winter. Casting a spell like that would take most of the energy even a god like her would have. I think she's vulnerable." Um, and Jeroen kind of cuts him off and says, "Look, I'll hear no more of this plan to challenge the god head on. You told me there are other ways to end this winter besides slaying her. Uh, what of those?" And he says, "It's true. We could go and take the Book of Power from her without slaying her, and that could open the way to take the treasures we've heard of. And
Mm-hmm.
surely there's got to be something there that can kill a god." And then Jeroen basically says, "Look, setting foot on that island is suicide, whether it be to steal a book that might not exist or to challenge the Frostmaiden herself, and I'll hear no more of it." And then he basically gets up and walks off to his tent. Before he leaves, he basically says, "Travelers, you're welcome to share our food and our fire as long as you wish, but we're headed out again in the morning. So if I don't see you again, I wish you safety on your travels." And he gets up, he bows to you guys, and then he walks off to his tent.
He's a cranky old guy. I wanna strike a deal with him.
You're welcome to go knock on his tent if you like, but
I go, what's really going on here, Gerund? Yeah.
What's your thoughts on
Well,
marrying
what's this really
another
about?
redhead?
What are you really mad about?
Yeah.
Frost distances himself from the cavern from the fire and walks off.
I say, we could do this together. Together, everyone achieves mayhem.
He says, "Look, I've."
We could be a team.
He says, I'm getting old. I've lived far beyond my expectation. I've I've seen other queens rise and fall, kings and queens rise and fall. I've I've made war with friends and peace with enemies. I've led warriors that I knew as babies to their deaths in battle. I've had enough um, of this risky lifestyle. I just wish to find peace and happiness for my people as long as I can before I pass on. I'll have none of these foolhardy ventures to gain glory that will most likely only end in the death of my people. I have their well-being to look after, whether they know it or not."
I go, well, you know what Garrick's always says? You either die like a boss or you die like a bitch. And I walk off.
Man.
He
So
got
Mjolnir's
told. He got told.
Mjolnir is
Wow.
kind of lost in thought, staring at the fire. He doesn't really. You can kind of tell he doesn't even really realize that you guys are still there. He's just basically thinking, pondering to himself.
I think we should eventually rally these people to attack that island, but I don't know. We got to keep the communication channels open for the future, I think.
Yeah, I think so too.
I say, we'll be back. We'll be back. We're gonna pop over to Koenig real quick, and then we'll be back, and we'll trade you something that will convince you and everybody to go to the island and take
Make
out
him an
our
offer
own.
so that they may consider longer than they normally would,
Yeah.
instead of just refusing.
Right.
He says, I've been at Jeroen's side for as long as I can remember. I respect him as a brother. We've been through a lot together, but I think that he's he's too short-sighted in this. I think that things are only going to get worse as we've seen ourselves over the past few years. I'm afraid that the longer we wait, the less chance we have to actually make a difference and save this land. Um, so if you hear us see those wizards again, then I'd ask you to um, ask them, for lack of a better term, what they did to cause this, because I'm certain it has something to do with them. But if you're able in your travels, you're able to find more information to basically validate our tribal knowledge about the Book of Power and the treasure under the glacier, then I'd ask you to come back, and I'll continue to try and convince Jeroen to be prepared for when you return, so we can join with the force to try and save this land.
Okay. And then I lay down right where I am, and I start to fall asleep.
Awesome.
So Mjolnir says, "I wish you safety as on behalf of the Elk tribe. We wish you safety on your travels, and we wish you success in your future endeavors. Hopefully, between us, between the people of this land, we can rally together and save it before it's too late."
Yeah, if Yaren doesn't bitch out.
He walks off to his tent too.
Okay, bye.
Anybody want to get married?
So you guys want to bunk up here for the night?
I noticed
How
I
much
noticed
more
that
do we have
everybody's watching me as they go off to their bed and making sure I don't follow them in.
I'd say you guys are halfway. It's basically the base of the cairn there, so you're probably about halfway.
Okay.
I mean, by the time we get there, it'd be late enough. I think it's probably worth taking them up on their hospitality to keep the goodwill going, and then we can move on in the morning.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sounds good. All right. So you guys shack up for the night and head off.
We should take shifts. I don't trust the elk tribe 100%.
Night passes pretty uneventfully. Too crazy.
I didn't sleep at all. I sat there with my eyes open the entire time.
One hand over your butt.
And another over my forehead. So he can't stick his fingers on there.
Yeah, that was the gayest
Like-
part.
Yeah, I wasn't concerned about my butt. That part's
At
fine.
a few points during the night, I whisper as Garrick's to Draz, just no, go back to sleep. No, leave him alone.
Aww.
Go back to sleep.
He's like
No,
halfway
no.
to
Oh,
halfway
yeah,
to our
he's
bed, and
he's
then he
about to
turns
do
around.
No. Go to sleep.
Stop trying to marry everyone you meet.
Just want him to be happy.
Go look for more back doors.
He found two, but they were closed.
You're attempting to open the wrong ones.
All right. So you guys head off again in the morning.
Yeah.
Make your way the rest of the way to Kier Koenig.
Doing it. I'm sprinting the whole damn way.
Guys, Draws is just like running off into the distance. Does he know where he's going?
Yeah, he'll be back.
Do I whispered to him, and Garrick's like, "Don't go too far. Stay where we can see you."
God, it's like having a child.
Yeah, pretty much.
I remember when we started running the mile in elementary school in like 3rd grade, Nathan Briscoe would just all out sprint as soon as he could, and then he'd like completely run out of juice, right? Like a quarter mile in, and just like completely come to a stop, and then catch his breath and start sprinting again. So that's how I'm imagining Draws travels.
I like it.
Just all out sprint until you're so exhausted you have to completely stop, and then stop until you gather yourself enough to just completely sprint again. No middle ground.
Turns out you're also like, what's her face in The Parent Trap? Always trying to marry get the band back together.
I'm Lohan.
Yep, you're Lindsay Lohan.
I'm both the Lohans.
Both of them.
Both.
Sometimes he suddenly has a British accent for some reason, but no one really knows why. All right, so you guys make it to Kier Koenig.
Oh yeah.
The Bachelor Bunch.
There you go.
The Bachelor Batch. Batch of bachelors.
So you approach from the west there, and the road there you kind of see towards the top of the town. This to Kier Dinival. So you know that Kier Koenig basically consists of terraced rows of houses that recede from the shore of Lake Dinshire up like tiers of an amphitheater. The harbor is frozen. Its docks are skewed and broken by the shifting ice. Buried under the snow on the slopes above the last row of houses are the ruins of the Kier that gave the town its name. A reminder to the people
This is a fucking
of Kier
town?
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit.
Yep. The Kier is the ruins of the Kier gave the town its name as a reminder to the people of Kier Koenig that nothing lasts forever in this corner of the world. You guys would know that normally, when the lake is unfrozen, there's a ferry that runs south all over the lake to Kier Dinival and then down to East Haven that made this connected the three towns basically. But rumor is that the ferry has shut down, basically because the lake is completely frozen.
Hoverboards don't work on water.
Well, right at the front entrance, we got the speaker's house. We're looking for, what are we, like the pale something?
The gray ones.
The gray ones.
The gray ones.
We're told that there are gray ones here that we're expecting a shipment of Chardonnay.
Yes.
We're gonna get W to deliver.
You know.
Oh, we have some Chardonnay, all right.
Oh yes. Should we fake like we're the delivery boys?
Could be kind of fun.
Little sting.
Yeah, we're looking for.
We got 5, dude. We can
for
pretend
the
like
gray ones. I would assume I would assume that they would be like chilling at the what I assume is the bar, the hook, line, and sinker.
So you guys approach the town, and you see a few bundled up people kind of shuffling between the snow-battered houses, keeping their heads down. No one really bothers to even give you a look as you walk past them. Where do you guys want to head first?
That is a good question. That's what I'm asking
I mean,
myself.
I don't know. Most of the speakers that we've met have been sort of like, I don't really trust them. So
you can kind
they
of
got their own agendas. I say we
we
kind of pass by the speaker and
Are
go
we
straight to
really
the.
are we really looking for
bar.
somebody who's trustworthy right now? Like, don't we think
No,
that the
but-
speaker
but
might
I don't
be like if
necessarily-
the speaker is like corrupt, don't we like want to go check that out too?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, I'm down to go to the bar, but like, what are we aiming for?
We're trying to find these gray ones.
Right.
Are we assuming that they're here?
But the gray ones are expecting a shipment. So are the gray ones like traders, or are they like cultists? You know, or like what are they? Do we know?
One way to find out. I don't know if we know.
Where did we and
It's the only
Daibu,
message. It's the only.
Where did we hear about the gray ones?
So you heard basically from W. He basically told you that from what he heard, Ravison making plans and from talking to some of the awakened animals, that he basically knows that all he knows is that there's a delivery to the gray ones, and that's all he knows. He's never met a gray one, or he doesn't know what they are. All he knows is that their job, like the awakened animals, and his job was to gather Shardlin and bring it here so that it can get delivered to Kier Koenig, to the Grey Ones, and that's all that he knows.
I look for a gray one.
The Grey One
What
pops
do
his
I
head out and
see?
says, "Hey, you
Yeah. There you are.
Hello, gray one here.
Ah.
Should we roll into? Well, first of all, do we want to pretend like we are the deliverers of the Chardolin?
I think we could just play dumb. Like, we have...
Oh, we don't have to play dumb. We are dumb.
Yeah,
we could,
big
like...
difference.
About it.
Just
We
let
could just say
go,
that, like,
maybe.
Ravison hired us.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that's good.
But who? Okay, who are we gonna tell that? Speaker? Or go to the bar or what?
We'll just say, like, hey, we're looking for the gray ones. Wink, wink.
Okay.
Yeah, we could just pretend to be a mercenary band.
I'm fine just, like, playing stupid. Yeah, that's fun.
She hired to ship this stuff. We have no idea what it is, etc. Couple of mules, no big deal.
Gonna roll into hook, line, and sinker, and
Draz has them all hidden up his butt.
all of them.
Safekeeping.
So as you guys are walking the snow-covered streets, you're making your way around to the hook, line, and sinker,
Downtown.
right? So as you're walking past, a pile of snow stirs as you pass it. Someone hidden beneath it suddenly stands.
The fuck?
The figure looks around and yells, "Who goes there? Is it the thieves? Have I found those creeping bastards?" And he pulls down the
I throw a
scarf.
knife immediately.
Is this human?
You see it's a silver dragonborn. He's holding on to an empty wine bottle as if it were a weapon. He belches loudly, grins at you, and says, pardon my manners. Bit jittery with all the thieving going on. I'm Provis, the town speaker."
Trovis.
We found him anyway. That rat bastard.
You guys see the handout I gave you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I see that.
I'm checking them out sexually at the moment.
The first other dragonborn you've seen.
And I'm trying to gauge
You're
how I
not
should
being
react
subtle
to
about
this.
it either.
You think
Not
he
being
wants to
subtle
marry?
about it either.
Because I mean, my
You fertilize his eggs?
my tribe is like super isolationist, right? So I haven't interacted with like really any other dragonborns or other people for that matter.
Definitely.
So I go, gosh, I wish I knew more about like dragon god lore. I go,
Aren't they either Tiamat or Bahamut? One's like a good dragon, one's a bad dragon.
Not sure. But I go, but you look like me. Do you follow Garrix?
He says, I don't know about Garrix, but you remind me of a drinking buddy of mine. He he and I had the best adventures, and he always tried to outdrink me, but he never could. And he winks and kind of falls asleep a little bit, leaning on the barrel.
Wake up!
Ah, uh, pardon, pardon my manners. Uh, if you come, what brings you to our town?
Can I, can I just say you good, bro?
Yes, yes. I'm not, this. I've got it together. I'm out here looking for the thieves. Our town has had some thievery troubles, but no one's really seen anything. Uh, just the other night, the lantern over the northern light was stolen. Corey won't let me hear the end of it. Because I have been able to find those responsible. Well, wink. He winks at you and he says, "Not yet, anyway. But I have a knack for this stuff. Um, you should seen me in my younger days. I once uh, kicked a half ogre into the river and uh, watched it float away. And after I beat him in a wrestling match, and I tricked some
This is the
Still
kobolds
alive.
best.
into
This is the best NPC you've done
believing me.
ever. By the
He
way,
was
like your voiceover.
Oh
Go,
shit.
go on.
he
Keep
was
going.
a group of kobolds believed I was a dragon in humanoid form, and uh, there was the time that my dragonborn buddy and I we we once went to a red dragon cave and we found some treasure and
Red
Red
Dragon
Dragon
Cave
Cave
sounds
treasure.
like where a bunch of hooker dragons hang out.
I say, you know what would solve all of your problems? If you married my good friend over here.
he says I've been married to adventure my whole life. I don't have time for other.
Oh, so you're.
Yeah. So
Doesn't being a speaker kind of divorce you from adventure?
I've certainly seen better days, but I still have a knack for, you know, uh,
Speaking.
I never really
Adventure.
wanted to be speaker in the first place, but I can't quite hack it like I used to, and the people around here seem to think I can help. And he
Are
kind
you
of
the
falls
only
asleep on the barrel
dragonborn
again.
here?
He says, "Yes, I haven't seen another dragon born in quite some time, but uh, seem to be a um, I haven't seen a red dragonborn for that matter either. Last I heard, you were pretty sequestered up in the mountains. Garrix, you say?
Mm-hmm.
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
I say it really loudly to his face. Garrix!
Yes, thank you. He kind of winces because he's clearly pretty hungover. He says, you know what? You look like you all need a drink. Let's let's go to the Northern Light."
You look like you need a drink, sir.
yeah, do you normally conduct all of your speaker business hammered drunk?
From a snowdrift.
He says,
Yeah,
"Help
what are
me!
you doing out here?
I'm looking
Our
for
side.
thieves, patrolling the streets, trying to catch the thieves." And the
We were sent
the
here to look for the gray one, to meet the gray ones.
gray ones.
Do you know who those are?
I haven't heard of any gray ones.
Have you
And
seen any gray ones?
Anybody suspicious in town
Gray
that you've
colored?
noticed seem to be gray
A
colored?
little grayer than normal. He says, "No, I mean there certainly seem to be shady characters around here with all the thievery, but no
What did
one
these
is
thieves steal?
The light over the northern
A
light.
well.
light over the northern
They
light.
they stole the magic lantern from the Northern Light. There was a pair of goats stolen from the local tavern last week, and heard a small sack of pearls that had gone missing from the stores of
No.
Frozen Far
Not
Expeditions.
pearls. No.
He says, yes, very, very sincerely, yes, pearls.
No. I
He
start
said, at
crying.
this point, he comes and claps you on the back, but he misses and hits you on the head on accident.
It's not a very believable performance from me, but this guy is drunk.
Yeah, he can't tell. He takes you very seriously. He says, at this point, most of the valuables in the village have disappeared. There's not much left, but at least we have the booze and meat coming from the dwarves is still here. He turns around and starts walking towards the northern light. He isn't really checking to see if you guys are following him, but he just keeps talking.
Yeah, we might as well follow him anyway.
I'm staying pretty close to him. I'm interested in what he has to say.
He stumbles his way through, talks the whole way, giving you guys more examples of his great adventuring deeds. And you approach the inn. You can see that there's an empty hook above the front sign. It looks like it was meant to carry a lantern that was above there. That's empty.
Bastards.
I I hand the fish bowl thing to Draws and tell him to get up there and hang it. I cast light cantrip on the bowl.
How long does that last?
So it emits light. I don't fucking know. I'm just having some fun. I want to see you climb and get rid of this stupid fucking bowl.
Okay. I'll climb.
Whatever it is.
Is it dex or strength? What am I climbing on?
Just climbing the. So it lasts for 1 hour. That's what light lasts for. Just,
Just
climbing
a little nice gesture.
windows and
No problem. I'm a
climbing
climbing
the-
expert.
Yep. So I'd say, especially with that roll, you just in a couple leaps. There's like tiers to it. You can kind of see the northern light. There's like some eaves and stuff like that, so you can leap pretty easily up there in just a couple leaves, and you climb up to the very top, and you kind of hang upside down from the roof, and you pretty easily hook the cup or the bowl or whatever it is on the just kind of hanging there.
I go ta-da to Trovis.
roll acrobatics for the dismount. Oof. You fall face
Right into a
first,
snowbank.
flat on the snowbank.
Make like a perfect silhouette into the snow.
I stand up and give another ta-da. It's part 2
A
of
Wile E.
the ta-da.
Coyote falling into a hole.
So you guys go into the inn. Now has some nice light shining from it for now. The inn is mostly empty, and a young woman looks up at you as you enter, gives Trovis a chastising smile and says, "Oh, did you fall asleep outside again? I'm telling you, Trovis, one day you're going to have to stop relying on the kindness of strangers." And she opens a door into what looks like the kitchen and leans in and says, "Heat up something for Trovis. He's been out patrolling again."
Patrolling.
So she comes back to you guys and says, "Hello, greetings. Thank you for." Or sorry, before that, she kind of escorts Trovis over to a chair, and settles him in. Pulls his coat up around him and sits him in front of a warm chair and takes the empty bottle from his hands, and he's pretty much immediately passes out and is sleeping there, starts snoring pretty loudly. But she takes the bottle and sets it on a table and walks over to you guys and says, "Thank you so much for electing him. I promise he's a good-hearted speaker, and he's let us." He's got his problems, but he's an honest and a good fellow, and he's been a good speaker for us. So don't judge him too harshly. She says, "I'm Allie. My sister and I own the Northern Light." And she says, "What can I do for you? Can I interest you in some ale, some food?"
Got any gray ones?
She says, gray ones. I haven't. Is that what people are calling the thieves? Who've been around? I'm sure
I
you.
don't know, but have you noticed anyone suspicious that is sitting here? Seems like they're waiting for something or someone.
Hmm, no, I haven't. I mean, the only nothing seems out of sort other than things disappearing in strange tracks that don't seem to lead to anyone
Oh
or
yeah,
anything like
the
that.
unseen
You
ones.
know what? I think it was made by the dwarves who live in the valley up there at the base of Kelvin's Cairn. Uh, I'd be willing to bet that this endless winter has hit them as hard as us, and they're probably desperate for food and ale. Um, I'm not quite sure why they'd want our lantern or other things like that. But um, she says that um, no one. But the strangest thing, if it was dwarves, is no one's seen or heard them. And as I'm sure you know, a quiet dwarf is quite an oxymoron. So,
Hmm.
mm, and she's kind of thinking aloud, but uh, is she's kind of interrupted when the kitchen door swings open and a stern-looking woman enters, holding a steaming bowl of soup, and she places it pretty. She sees Trovis sleeping, and she kind of slams it down loud enough to wake him up. She says, "Oh, no dwarf did this. Surely someone would have spotted him and caught him. No, there's got to be something more going on. Besides, what use do hungry dwarves have for a lantern?" She
True.
says, I'm not sure who it is, but there's
What
got
makes
to be
this
something else
lantern
going on
so
here.
special?
There's nothing really special about it other than just that it's been enchanted to just glow different lights. It's been obviously, the Northern Light. It's kind of the namesake for our inn here, but it doesn't really have any value other than just making some different color lights. I don't know why anyone would really want it.
Hmm.
Hmm.
In the
And
tracks, do
she
they
she
lead in the lead in the same direction or no?
They lead around town, but yeah, sometimes they lead in and out. People have found them leaving town and heading off towards the care, which explains my sister's thought that it must be the dwarves. But surely someone would have seen dwarves skulking about, but we haven't seen any for weeks at this point.
They some of them go to Cair Dineval or what Cair?
No, yeah, sorry, I meant the cairn,
Oh,
Kelvin's cairn, the big mountain. Mhm. So they head off basically in the direction you guys came in
hmm.
from time to time.
I don't
Hmm.
think it's the
So you
elk
guys,
tribe, right?
Mhm.
No,
Could be
I
though,
wouldn't think so.
but it could be though.
Could be those little bastards. Hmm. Are there any of these tracks that they've seen? Have they any of them been fresh that we can follow?
Yeah, and at that, Trovis gets a whiff of adventure, and he sits up with a full belly full of warm soup. He says, "It sounds like yes, it's that's the adventuring mind. I knew one of you would have the adventuring spirit in you." And he uh, pipes up and says, "Yes, yeah, I knew you lot would help us out and go follow the tracks and figure it out." And he says he gulps down a few more things of soup, and he says, If you're up for it, I could take you through by Frozen Far Expeditions and set you up and show you the latest set of tracks."
Sounds like a plan to me.
Sounds like a
Rock and roll.
side quest to me.
Is it? What if? I mean, we think that the tracks are probably the gray ones, right?
I don't know. I'm
I don't know
just
if they
yelling.
are or not,
I'm just
but
yelling shit now.
We can't haven't found anything on the gray ones, and we found tracks. So
There is another care.
Dineval?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what if they
But
have?
yeah,
did
no,
they say it
no,
was?
we
Did
can.
they
I
say
mean,
it
we
was
can
one
side
of the
quest. I
cares?
I just meant that, you know, just trying to be funny.
Try again.
That's okay. That's okay. That's okay.
So Trovis isn't taking no for a second answer, and he's excited at the hint of some adventure.
Does this dude need a fucking nap?
Dude, you don't understand us Dragonborns at all.
No, we're gonna order another round of drinks for everybody to go, please.
Yep.
It's like college. You could do that.
Yep.
What should we call it there for tonight?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little
The plan is to head to Frozen Far Expeditions with Trovis, and he's gonna lead us to the
latest
tracks.
Nice.
Okay.
That's the plan.
All right.
Alright,
Sounds
family.
wonderful.
Who do we have?
I think-
Like, what's our advantage for who can track? We might have to. Maybe they have somebody at the Frozen Fire or something.
What would tracking be? Like, what's skill check?
Survival,
Usually,
probably.
Yeah, survival.
Survival. I have a 5. Yeah, I'm good at that.
Nice. Nice.
Got a
Killing it.
-1. Oh,
Oh, look
yeah,
at that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Look at
Oh
that.
yeah.
Look at that.
Survivor.
Girl in
The
that body.
survivor.
I was just practicing.
Sweet. All right.
Cool.
We will wrap it up for now.
Ras, if you practice 100 times, like you roll that dice 100 times, you get to add a +1.
Oh, nice.
But then you got to do it 1,000 times to get another +1.
All right.
Then
I'm on it.
10,000 for the next,
I'll grind
you
that
get-
shit. I'll grind it
Yeah,
out.
grind. You gotta grind out D&D. Grinding. I mean, that's just how roleplay. That's just how it works.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It's
Practice
just the
to
game.
get better.
Don't get mad at the game.
Practice?
Diver's not leveling us up. We gotta level up ourselves. You know.